lumbering, unwieldy, and awkward party trick. These were all of my initial concerns with the Fold 4, the Fold 5, and the Fold 6, but after the last 168 hours, well, closer to about 180 hours by the time that you're watching this, with the brand new Samsung Galaxy Fold 7, all of those concerns and worries of yesteryear melted away just as smoothly as the beautiful 8-inch display melts away into the aluminum frame. What I've learned over these last years of iteration, and more specifically with this year of genuine ingenuity and triumph, is that if you keep your mind open to the bold and the new, you may just get the revelatory experience that you're looking for. It is not at all lost on me just how fortunate I am to be in this position to have my hands on with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 several weeks ahead of time from when the general populace is able to experience this. And what I can say is that over this last week, this has really just checked off every single box that I have been wanting to be checked off from the previous Galaxy Fold phones. They have really nailed a ton about this device, from the form factor to the internals, but not everything is perfect, of course. I'm going to address those things. For really what feels like the first time, I feel like this is a Galaxy folding phone that I can genuinely recommend to the average populace. But I'm going to walk you guys through my experience with the Galaxy Fold 7 and all of the ways that this is like practically and realistically useful on a day-to-day basis, and why now the average consumer is probably going to actually like this one. So if you guys are new here, my name is Dave, and this is where tech meets lifestyle. Now straight away, and this may seem a bit superficial, but genuinely one of the biggest reasons I think like the average person is genuinely going to like the Z Fold 7 this year is this form factor, man. I mean, this thing is just stupidly thin. If you saw my video earlier this week, you saw the segment where I basically just handed my fiance the Fold 7 and the Fold 6, didn't tell her anything. She's not a nerd like I am. She's not in the know. She has no idea what the specifications or anything. And immediately, she was able to tell the difference. Okay, my love, the time to firmly grasp has come once again, twice in 1 week. So the people want to know how these feel in your hand. So you have an iPhone 16 Pro Max, the Galaxy Fold 7.
They're like the same weight, I think. This is a little thinner. This is easier to hold though. And it's like, the screen is slimmer.
So you feel like the Fold is easier to hold in the hand?
I think so. Yeah, it's like, yeah, less cumbersome.
So on a day-to-day basis, which one would you more likely prefer to hold in the hand than that form factor right there?
This is easier to hold, so I'd rather hold this.
And genuinely, I feel like form factor and feel in the hand is a huge deal to the average consumer, right? They want to pick something up that doesn't feel cumbersome, that doesn't feel unwieldy, but that when they're firmly grasping it, just feels really good. And man, they nailed it. Another big thing is that this year you're actually getting a front phone display that feels like a phone. It doesn't feel like you're using a folding phone trying to cosplay as an actual phone. It straight up just feels like a normal phone, on top of, because of how light it actually is, it's just an overall great one-handed experience. So like here it is side by side, for example, with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The iPhone for sure is still like a little bit wider, but that's freaking close, man. Look at that. And of course you do have that one-handed mode display if that's something that you want as well. That's definitely going to be there for you. And I think being lighter and thinner and actually feeling like a normal phone now when it's closed is going to be something that increases adoption rates significantly. And although for me, as someone who's enjoyed the previous Galaxy Fold, the additional 8-inch display on the inside is awesome and definitely a noticeable and tangible difference when you're using it compared to, say, like last year's Fold 6. If you're new to folding phones and you're wondering why this is practically useful, why the heck would you ever want to use this? Using multiple applications at one time is great, and with the larger form factor that you're getting here with that 8-inch display, you get more screen real estate for all of the different applications that you're managing in multi-window at the same time. Say you're FaceTiming or Snap video or Instagram video or Google Meet video, or you understand, if you're in a video conference meeting on whatever, being able to be in the conference call right here and then also have another application open right here. Say you want to put something more important here like Google Docs, for example. Boom, you can definitely do that. So you can be in the video chat meeting, have this open right here so you can see the person's face, while also at the same time scrolling through the different documents and stuff they need to refer to in that meeting. If you're a filmmaker and don't want to lug around a whole external display for whenever you're filming with your camera, this 8-inch display can be your external monitor in your pocket at all times. I use this all the time, it's awesome. So you're watching a video and want to look at the comment section all at the same time and comment, like, and interact and all that stuff while the video is happening up here. That's super helpful. Or say you're in a lecture hall or a meeting, you forgot your notepad. Well, boom, you can open up this 8-inch display and write to your heart's content, just like that. And I know there's a lot of you wondering, what the heck, because one of the big things is that this no longer is S Pen compatible. We'll talk about this a little bit later. All right, so I'll tell you guys what, the actual screen brightness that you're getting on this front display and on the inside display on the Galaxy Fold 7 is really nice. But on days where the sun is like right above you, clear blue skies, you can definitely see the highlights blowing out on my face right now. It would be really nice to have an anti-reflective coating on this front display like you're getting over on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. And I can say that this is definitely usable outside. I use this outside all of the time, but when you're spending $2,000 on a device like this, you would expect to have all of those little bells and whistles to kind of round out that premium flagship experience. And it's not here, which is a little bit of a bummer. It is usable, but for the price that you're paying, it's something you definitely would like to see. Now, something very cool for the workout crowd is that because of this folding form factor, you can actually prop your phone up at the gym and record yourself and your workouts in your form, or to post on social media if you want to, without the need for a tripod, a rig, or anything like that. And so this is one of those niche things that's actually practically useful on a day-to-day basis. Now, although I really enjoyed the Galaxy Fold 6, and you can see that in any of the video reviews that I've done on the channel here before, the two biggest things for me, for sure, that I really needed to see some kind of improvement in for the next iteration was the battery life. That was a phone that I knew flat out I was going to have to charge at least once per day at minimum to get to the end of the line, which is really frustrating for me, right, as someone who prefers folding phones over slab phones. But then I'm reviewing like the OnePlus 13, the 25 Ultra, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, right, and all of those phones I can take off of the charger and comfortably get to the end of my day. And when thinking about this for the average consumer, another barrier to entry is that a lot of people nowadays are used to their phones getting them to the end of their day without having to worry about a charge. And the Fold 6 was just not cutting it. But I'm really happy to tell you guys that my experience with the Fold 7, even though it still has a 4,400 milliamp hour battery, and even though it's not a silicon carbon battery, which, by the way, there are a couple of caveats in terms of scaling that upward for a business, right? And silicon carbon batteries have actually been shown to degrade a bit faster than lithium-ion batteries. So there are a couple of different things that go into that. But all that being said, the optimization that they've done here in tandem with the Snapdragon Elite chipset, I'm flat out just getting better battery life on the Fold 7 than I ever did on the Fold 6. Where here, if I'm using it like a normal person would, right, just texting, phone call, emails, some social media things, maybe a picture here or there throughout the day, I can get to the end of my day around 10, 11 p.m. at night, and this is still going to have like 10 to 20% battery life, depending on exactly what it is I was doing that day. But getting that kind of battery on my folding phone that's this light, this thin, and this powerful has made for a really nice experience, and I'm really grateful for that. That's definitely something that I'm really happy to see they've improved upon. And B, the camera. And one of the things I was disappointed in is that I wanted better zoom capabilities on the Fold 7. The Fold 6 zoom capabilities just like really are not good, especially comparing them to like the iPhone Pro Maxes, your Galaxy S25 Ultras, even the OnePlus 13, the Pixel 9 zoom capabilities, right? And I'm probably asking too much in terms of cost, which I completely understand. So although we're not getting like a better dedicated optical zoom lens, what we're getting is that 200 megapixel camera on the back end. And for those of you who have no idea why that would matter over the 50 megapixel camera that you're getting on the Fold 6, essentially with 200 megapixels in super layman's terms, basically if you're taking the same shot with both cameras, the phone with 200 megapixels is going to do a much better job of actually retaining the detail in the image that you're taking. So if you wanted to, you can crop in and still have a nice looking shot. And comparing them side by side, just a little bit of a spoiler alert for my comparison review earlier this week, the results really speak for themselves. I mean, when you look at them side by side, you can see the difference very clearly. That's probably not going to matter for a lot of people, but what is really cool is if you're using the folding layout, right, to utilize the primary cameras to take selfies, well, now you're taking a 200 megapixel selfie shot, where on most other phones, you're getting like a 10 to 12 megapixel selfie cam shot, where here you're getting way more detail. And I think that for a lot of people is going to tangibly matter. just food for thought. In terms of video, some of the other improvements you're getting here alongside better HDR rendering and some other under the hood things, you're also getting log format video recording on here, which you can do in 4K 60, 8K 30. For those of you who don't really understand what the heck that means, it in very simple terms allows you to get color depth and detail out of your video that's going to look more like an expensive $3,000-$4,000 camera, just in the way that the camera is able to capture the scene. And so being able to have that on the Fold 7 is definitely a huge win for those of you who really enjoy taking video. All right, so for those of you wondering, no, this is not like a miracle S Pen or anything. I honestly was literally just on Amazon trying to find, I typed in Galaxy Z Fold 7 S Pens just to see what the heck would come up. It was cheap. I think it cost like $8 or $9 or something like that. But shoot, man, I mean, it works. There you go, I'm writing. Now, a couple of things, right, is that this does not use any Bluetooth, this does not use a battery, doesn't charge. And although it does work, no, it does not feel as smooth as the S Pen on, say, like the Fold 6 from last year, which feels great. It almost feels like you're just writing on a normal notepad. It feels great. This does not feel as good as that. I don't want to lie to you guys. But it does work, and honestly, it's thin enough that you could easily slip this into your pocket for everyday use and then just whip it out. Maybe not whip it out, but like take it out whenever you want to use it on your Fold 7. So I'll have links for this in the description below for you guys. Not sponsored, just something that I was trying to see if there was some kind of solution, because I know that void is going to be there for a good amount of people. But yeah, so here's this. So it's actually 9:10 a.m. the same day you guys are going to be seeing this video, doing some last minute editing for you guys. And I realized that I actually never closed out the video. There's a lot to really like here about the Galaxy Fold 7. It really checks off like all of the boxes that I think matter realistically in real world case usage for the average consumer on a day-to-day basis. For tech enthusiasts like myself, and probably a large number of you guys watching too from ashore, there are of course going to be a couple of things that we wish were there, like the anti-reflective coating, an actual S Pen, a larger battery, and there's probably like one more thing that I'm forgetting right now. You can let me know in the comment section down below. But I think realistically, this is probably going to be the easiest Galaxy Fold to not only recommend, but also adopt for someone who's never used a folding phone. This is great in a lot of different ways. There are definitely more things to discuss in videos to come. But for right now, I think that kind of like summarizes all of my thoughts on the Fold 7. It's great. Not quite perfect still, unfortunately, but we're getting there. But I hope this video could be helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything at all that I missed. I'll get to as many of you guys as I possibly can. But thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out. I wish you a fantastic remainder of your day, afternoon, or night, depending on the time it is you are watching this. And as always, peace, love, adios, bye guys, and have a great day.